Hi everybody, welcome to Raw Inspired Living. My name is Kelly. For those of you that are coming back, welcome. For those of you that are here for the first time, I'm so grateful to have you here. Today I want to talk about something that most midlife women carry quietly. The private suspicion that if they just had more willpower, more discipline, more consistency, more control, their body would respond differently. That somewhere underneath the frustration is a personal failing that they haven't fully admitted to themselves. If that resonates even a little bit, I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share is going to change the way you see yourself, your body, and what's actually been happening. The women I work with are not women who lack willpower. They are women who have applied extraordinary amounts of discipline to their health, often for years, decades even. They have tracked, restricted, exercise, research, adjusted, and tried again and again. They have done things that require genuine commitment and real sacrifice. And they sit across from me, or they find me online carrying this quiet shame, this sense that everyone else is managing something that they can't quite get right, that their body's response to their efforts is somehow a reflection of their character. It is one of the most painful and unnecessary things I see in midlife women, and it's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of what's actually really happening. Midlife weight gain and midlife metabolic change more broadly is not about willpower. It never was. And the moment you understand why, that quiet shame begins to lift. Here is the truth. Willpower is a tool for changing behavior. It has nothing to do with changing physiology. The metabolic changes of midlife are physiological. They are driven by hormone shifts that affect insulin sensitivity, cortisol reactivity, fat distribution, and muscle preservation. These are not things that respond to willpower. They are not things that respond to trying harder. They are things that respond to understanding and to a nutritional approach that matches the biological reality of where your body actually really is. You could have infinite willpower and it would not change the fact that declining estrogen reduces insulin sensitivity. You could be the most disciplined person on the planet and it would not change the fact that a midlife body stores fat more centrally in response to cortisol. These are not character issues, they are physiological facts. So let me be specific about why willpower doesn't reach the problem and what does. The central driver of midlife weight gain is not insufficient effort. It is a hormonal shift that changes the body's stress response threshold and its metabolic efficiency in ways that effort cannot directly address. When estrogen declines, insulin sensitivity decreases, the body becomes less efficient at moving glucose into muscle, blood sugar becomes less stable, and the body compensates by activating cortisol more frequently to stabilise blood sugar when insulin isn't managing it as cleanly as it used to. Cortisol, when chronically elevated, directs fat storage more towards the abdomen. It breaks down muscle and it increases hunger and it disrupts sleep. And it is activated not by a lack of discipline, but by the very strategies discipline typically reaches for: eating less, exercising more, cutting food groups, fasting for longer. These are willpower strategies, and in midlife, they activate the cortisol pattern further, which just reinforces the very response of driving weight gain rather than reversing it. So the more disciplined you are in the wrong direction, the more entrenched the patterns become. Not because your willpower failed, but because willpower was never the tool that could reach this particular problem. What reaches this problem is understanding. And understanding leads to something entirely different from restriction and effort. It leads to rhythm, consistent, structured, adequately nourished meals that tell the body that it's safe. Protein that preserves muscle and stabilizes your blood sugar, carbohydrates that fuel your body without spiking, and consistent timing that removes the gaps that trigger cortisol. None of these require willpower in the conventional sense. They require knowledge and the decision to apply it. So I want to offer you 3 practical reframes that translate this understanding into something you can begin applying. The first reframe is this: hunger is not a test of willpower. It is a signal from your body about what it needs. In midlife, reactive hunger is frequently a blood sugar and cortisol signal, an indication that the last meal didn't have sufficient protein or that too long has passed since you were last eating. And responding to hunger with food is not weakness, it's actually metabolic intelligence. The second reframe is this: eating consistently is not indulgence. In midlife, consistent fuel rhythm is a direct intervention in the cortisol pattern that's driving essential fat storage. I don't mean snacking all day, that's a totally different thing altogether, but eating every 3 to 4 hours is not giving in, it's removing a physiological trigger. And that has been the biggest game changer for me, honestly, that eating every 3 to 4 hours really makes such a huge difference. And the third reframe is this: your body's response to the past years of effort is not evidence of failure. It is evidence you were applying the right discipline to the wrong problem. And that is not a character flaw, that is a gap in information, one that you are going to close right now. So if something in this video gave you relief, if something shifted even slightly how you see yourself and what's been happening in your body, I want you to hold on to that, because that shift in understanding is the beginning of something very different. Not more effort in the same direction, a genuinely different direction, one that works with your biology rather than against it. So my free guide, Understanding Your Midlife Metabolism, will help you take this understanding even further. It includes a little self-assessment to identify how your metabolism is currently responding, and a simple 3-day meal plan structure to begin introducing this nutritional rhythm that I'm talking about that will really help your body and that your body is probably asking you for without you knowing it. So you'll find the link in my bio. So jump in and grab it now, because I know that you're going to love it. And if this has resonated with you in any way, shape or form, please share it with another woman that you think is in the same position as you, because I'm so passionate about sharing this with women and helping them understand what's really happening in their midlife body. I hope that this has helped you in some way, and I look forward to seeing you again in Raw Inspired Living.